Your spiritual garden is flourishing. Flourishing. What I see is somebody who deeply has been more than reborn. You are past the phoenix phase. What do I mean? Phoenixes are the moment of the rise, the death of what was to be rebirth of what is. The next step, and the phoenix always follows you. Phoenix always follows you once it picks you. The next step, though, is the dragon age of your existence. The courage, the royalty, the ability to not be afraid. To know there's more than one right decision. You don't have to do you don't have to always believe that I have to either completely separate from a dynamic or give myself full in. There are certain positions and people, situations where you can pick more than one right option. So many people get stuck in the left path, right path, forgetting there's a center as well. Sometimes even the GPS knows that there's another destination. They'll try to reroute you because they found one faster. Even if the route you're used to, that you've gotten used to, feels comfortable to go past it because you know it. Spirit can find when there's traffic, the GPS. They can find when, hey, right now, you will save time by going this way. Right now, because of all the energy, all the traffic in the world, and what's going on in your life and other people's lives, taking these extra couple miles this way actually is faster than staying in the route you've always known. If we were always driving left, how would we get anywhere? If we were always driving right, how would we get anywhere? If we're always driving straight, how do we get anywhere? That's what you're understanding. You have let go of fear that you're going to make the wrong decision. The only thing you should ever be afraid of is fear itself. And I say that in a way as meaning don't be afraid. The first power that makes it to where other things take control of you, your actions, your thoughts, is the simple thought of fear. When you realize, I don't know why this is happening right now, but it is. I know that in the past, I've tried to live in love and give my heart out there and it didn't work. Doesn't mean in this car and this road, it would be the same route. What I mean by that, certain towns, I have to go left on all these turns. But if that same exact mindset, I'm in a different town, I try to follow that same road in a different town, I'm going to get lost. Every relationship, every person, every dynamic has its own route, its own road, its own town. That's how you have to see that you can't bring on trauma from a past dynamic into the new. You're always going to remember. It's like being a defensive driver, right? It's like being a defensive driver. You know that you have to be cautious of the road and other people, but you can't just never get on the road again. I sense somebody that realizes they could have treated you like a different town. Somebody feels like they jumped the ball on dropping a connection with you. Complete fear. Complete fear is what it was. They could have recently broke up with somebody when you two met each other. And they gave a lot to this person. They could have moved them into their home. They could have literally financially, more than physically, completely financially taken care of them and were used. I sense a person that has the ability They're like, I do have room for this person in my life. It has been a long time, your connection building. I do feel a resolution, a reach out when you least expect it. I see Freya and Zeus are working hand by hand to help both of you channel your masculine, feminine energy, and also channeling the sexual attraction between you two. You see, sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies, and it takes a deeply practicing alchemist to be able to harness sexual energy and use it for their manifestations. That is a whole thing. I explain and work to fully indulge in what it means to harness your sexual energy, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, to connect to making your manifestations happen with more than just people, way more. It takes a lot of self-control. And if you're interested in learning more about my apprenticeship, go to my website. Also, on my Instagram, I have one of my posts explaining a little snippet of what my apprenticeship programs are. Feeling very called to state that to somebody here. There's power in every single part of you that feels fire. I sense a person connected to you. You could have opened their eyes up more to spirituality. They were already a spiritual person, but you opened them up more. That freaked them the fuck out. This person was not used to people getting in their head. They saw themselves being able to expand their horizons, look at things in a different way. And that scared them at that point. You have a lot of unanswered questions verbally, but spiritually, you already have them. Someone has embraced they will not make their family happy with who they are. They can't make everybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. If a person is unwilling to rise from their own ashes, they will not want you to rise from yours. The person connected to you was wrapped up in so much that you... Okay, I'm getting the full download. Sometimes it takes a moment. With what was going on in their life, you being in there at that certain time would have wrapped you up in this energy. It would have affected you and your ability to work, to operate, but also you being almost tied in to the chaos around them. This person's internal chaos is turned into internal peace, and their throat is itching to speak to you, I'm telling you. Get ready for the thunder. You've already felt the thunder. And how does thunder and lightning work? Lightning technically strikes first, but you hear the thunder because the light takes time to catch up. That is what's going on right now. You have felt the thunder. You have felt the rebel. You have felt their rebel. It almost feels like they see being with you as a rebellious energy, but not in a distraction. Success, picking their own path. This is a deeply spiritual, independent individual. And you have to accept you have not made this up. You have to accept that you wouldn't be told over and over again by spirit that there's something itching, that this is not done. But you have to be peace with faith that this person will reach out to you when they're ready. Spirit's saying you have been called. Give me a second. This is a thinker. They can go back. They're probably an air sign from what I'm sensing from the back and forth in their head. But the back and forth used to be hesitation on bringing you a movement. Now, it's not that. Their back and forth is, should I do it like this? Should I do it like this? Did I miss a sign? Did I miss my chance? It's not wondering what they should do with you anymore. It's how to go about it. So Spirit's letting you know this last thing is this last rose. I see. They're saying this is my last rose. They're almost gonna say it verbatim the way I'm gonna say it. For some of them they will. This is the last time I'm giving my heart out. This is the last time I'm putting myself out there, not to you. Like, they feel like this in general. Like, they gave up on whatever form of love they saw as complete, true, and real. Whoever before you, like almost one of the last people, really took that away from them. And like, they came to this state of, my version of love is just not real. And I have to accept that. And then you come walking in. That's how these things work. I sense a person stating, this is my last time I'm believing in this. And that's not putting a bunch of expectations on you or even themselves. It's just a release. It's a release. And Spirit knows you're going to catch them. And Spirit knows they will catch you when need be. You're tangle partners. You have the net ready for each other. All of this strength has not gone unnoticed. You are deeply protected. And you are tuned in. This is meant for you. This is more than destiny. This is taking freedom of will and destiny mixed together to making your reality. That's what I have for y'all today. And I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.